Army PDF, baby. Oh, yeah, let's get it. As you guys know, we've been printing Green Berets, Army Rangers. Shout out to the 3 kids that just reported the first bat. Shout out to Master Yoda over at 7th Group. Let's go. Army Special Forces, MARSOC ANS. Listen, man, Army Rangers, this is the PDF for all things without a lot of swimming. Although MARSOC has a considerable amount of swimming, we're using this because it's ruck heavy, weight heavy. Hello, I'm former Navy SEAL Jake Zweig, United States Naval Academy graduate, surface warfare officer, Michigan MBA, the preparer of champions for life. All right. Listen, best country land navigation course out there right here. Click on this, get this, learn land navigation, terrain contour, and learn everything you need to learn. Join the brotherhood over here at Patreon. Get you some merch, triple nickel. We got some crazy shirts over there. Get in the Discord, okay? The Discord has an Army Ranger room, a Green Beret room. It has a MARSOC room also. Get in there, see what you need. Hey, listen, man, if you're going to Army Basic and you get on this PDF, you will destroy Army Basic. Don't think it's just for special operations. If you're going to OCS in the Army or the Marine Corps, this PDF will crush that also. Our mission is to destroy RASP, AFAS, ANS. That's our mission, okay? You are training to graduate, not show up and possibly make it. This program will turn you into a machine, 100%. Now, I'll talk about this a lot. There's a lot of early mornings and late nights. Those early mornings and late nights will build internal fortitude, which you're going to need to be successful. Baseline requirements. You must be running 20 to 25 miles before you start this plan. If you're not there yet, we're going to go over the beginner's run program at the end. You are going to swim. 1,000 people ask me about this mess. We are swimming for volume management. Swimming is probably one of the best upper body mechanisms for total body fitness out there. That's why we're doing it, folks. We're not swimming to get great at swimming. I know you're going to tell me we don't swim in these programs. Trust me, there is a huge difference between people that don't swim and people that do. Green Beret, Rangers, MARSOC, listen, man, this grip strength is real. You're going to be carrying jerry cans, all sorts of craziness. Shout out to my man Mike, Warrant Officer, Rangers. This is all his stuff, man. He put all this stuff in here. He said, you got to do it. Okay? So we use grippers, those metal gripper things. Farmer carries with dumbbells. Ammo cans filled with sand on the ruck. Okay? Carry them. Let's go. Boots. Get 2 pair of exact boots you'll be wearing in selection. Break them in, alternate them. Foot care. Listen, foot care in the Army is huge. Long rucks, long days. Okay, his hack was women's nylon socks underneath darn tough tactical socks. Okay, figure it out. You're going to have a lot of rucking in this program. You have a lot of opportunity to figure out your foot care. There's a ton of videos out there. Figure it out. Own at least 2 pairs for prep, 6 to 10 pairs of socks for selection. I know when you go to big selections, there's a lot of guys that like a new pair of socks every day. Do the math. It can get expensive, but is it worth you being successful? I'm always going to argue. Yes, it is. Okay, blister management. You're going to have to figure it out. Everybody gets blisters. That's part of life. Figure out what works best for you. Okay? Program structure. We're going to do 7 weeks of hard training followed by 1 to 2 weeks of easy recovery weeks. Those recovery weeks are just one run and 1 swim a day. Easy. Both of them easy. Okay? You are going to have some miles on the Army PDF. We are working up to 45 to 55 miles. This is for selection, folks. If you are actually going to the training, we're going to be up at around 75 miles a week before you go to the Q course or you go over to Rangers. But that's the good thing. RASP, you're only going to go to RASP. This will have you more than ready for RASP. 40 to 55 miles a week. You go to the Q course, we're going to up it a little bit. All right. Nutrition, fuel like a warrior. The magic nutrition. Eat a pound of regular pasta, 1 pound box. Eat at least 2 cups after every workout. So what I tell everybody, I want to eat that pasta across the day, and then the last meal before I go to bed is a cleanup. Whatever I got left, that's what I eat. Put the link in the video right there, and you guys will see the video, and you can watch the nutrition video on why we eat a pound of pasta. Long chain carbohydrates. I'm going to tell you right now, my body recovers on beef far better it does chicken. Fish ain't going to do nothing for you. Eat it every day. All right, we're going to be burning a lot of calories. You must figure out what gives you training energy. You got to figure it out. Google it. If what ain't working up there, if it ain't working for you, jump in Discord, ask the question, but you got to get on your nutrition every day. Logbook requirements. So listen, I know a lot of you guys are coming out. You may not have been a prime time athlete, but you got to understand that what you put in your body is what produces the results. A combination of your ability to push yourself up into your 190 heartbeat a minute phase of training, and then what you put in your body. So when you call me and you say, hey, I'm not getting any faster, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, are you doing everything on the PDF? Well, no, I'm only running once a week. Okay, well, then I can't help you. The second thing I'm going to ask for is your logbook. All right? Because it's really easy. If you have a great day of training, go back and look at what you ate the day before, and now you can re-eat it, and you'll start seeing better wins, better runs, better swims, okay? Meals, what and when. Every workout, time and distance. So if I go on a time tree, which we'll talk about a little bit later, I want to write down my time tree distance. If I go on a 5-mile run, I want to write down, if I got a good Garmin watch, I want to write down my heart rate. I want to write down my time, right? We're not running 5-mile runs for time, but I should see my 5-mile times, zone 2 run times start to come down the better shape I get in. Lap times. I want to know your first lap, your last lap, and the interval time. 400-meter times, time tree distances, and ruck paces. We're not racing during these, but we want to know the times, okay? When you have a great workout, go back and look at what you ate the 24 hours prior. Your time should gradually go down. You should never have a run 2 days from now that's slower than the run you're in now. That means you didn't eat well, you didn't recover well, you're not sleeping. Swimming, 5 days a week. It's going to be easy. We got 10 by 100s. If you got to start on 10 by 50s or 10 by 25s, that's fine. We're going to set the interval times. We're going to do flip turns and dolphin kick off the wall. It's all total body fitness. I know some of you guys don't know how to swim. You'll learn how to swim on this program. All right? So you're going to swim your first lap. You're going to add 30 seconds to it. Every week, you're going to take off 5 seconds. Every week. Interval time, 30, first day. Okay? Every week, you're going to subtract 5 seconds. You're going to get less and less rest. It's going to get hard. We want to get you down to a sub 150, 100 meters. Okay? We got the stuff in here. 30 minutes of abs a day to get them 30 minutes of abs in. All right, here we go. We're building a running machine. This running machine is real. All right? New shoes every 6 weeks. Never switch brands mid-cycle. Post-run once a day. We want 800 meters of stride length. Understand this, you can decrease your run time by 1 minute a mile if you can increase your stride length by 4 inches. So look, we can get a lot of gains with no more effort by just working on stride length, so we're going to do it every day. Weekly layout, Monday and Wednesday, AM speed tree. We'll go over the speed tree at the bottom. PM, 3-mile ruck and boots. It doesn't need to be crazy. Just get it in. It's a volume movement. So I don't need you running with it. Just move out. I will tell you, depending on your rucking capabilities, I say we'll probably start with 20 pounds, add 10 pounds a week until you get up to 55 pounds, because that's where we want the ruck to be. We don't want to get the ruck larger than 55 pounds. Okay? Tuesday, AM, we got 6-mile run, talking pace. All right, so Monday, Wednesday are the same. We got speed tree, 3-mile ruck in the evening. And then in the morning, AM, we got a 6-mile run, talking pace. Thursday, 6-mile run, talking pace. Now, listen, this Thursday is fast. We're in boots. I don't care what you're wearing up here. Well, we're always going to ruck in boots, but we're talking pace. So 6 mile talking pace on Tuesday, and then a 6 mile ruck fast boots. Friday, interval progression. We'll go over that at the bottom. We'll be running 800 sprints. And then PM 3 mile run. Okay, 3 mile run is easy. Saturday, first thing in the morning, AM, long run. 7+1 until you get to 12. Alternate weeks, long ruck, long boots. We're going up to 15 miles. Okay? So we're going to ruck 15 miles. We're going to run 12. Everybody got that? All right, we're going to alternate those. We're going to work our way up to both of those, but we'll alternate them. On the second cycle of the program, alternate between 12 and 8 miles. So that means we're going to ruck 1 week 12. We're going to run 1 week 12. Then we're going to run 1 week 8. And then we're going to ruck 1 week 8. Alternate them. Sunday obviously is a huge rest day. Make sure you get, rest, massage, get everything you need to do. We're going to hit it again hard on Monday. All right, speed tree workout. Now, listen, a lot of guys get confused on when you're supposed to hit your watch and when you're supposed to turn your watch off and how long you're supposed to measure the distance for. There's a 5 mile jog warm-up. That's a 5 mile warm-up. Try to run this in the same environment every time. I used to run straight out, and then after the 3 minute jog, I would turn around, and then I would come back and it'd work out pretty close to the same every time. I was running on flat level ground. Do not run this on hills. You can run this on a track if you want to, but I want flat level ground. The idea is to get as fast as possible. All right. There is no pacing yourself in this speed tree workout. It is a sprint. It is an all-out run. I've heard a lot of guys saying, oh, I'm trying to pace myself. Listen, we are trying to blow our chest out. That's what we're trying to do. So 5 minute jog followed by a 1 minute sprint, followed by a 1 minute jog. Now, as you get in better shape, these jogs are going to be faster. In the beginning, you're just going to try to finish. 1 minute jog followed by a 2 minute sprint, followed by a 2 minute jog, followed by a 3 minute sprint, followed by a 3 minute jog, followed by a 3 minute sprint, followed by a 2 minute jog, followed by a 2 minute sprint, followed by a 1 minute jog, and then the last sprint is a 1 minute sprint. You're going to stop your watch. After that, you're going to measure the distance. So the distance starts at the beginning of the sprint, and then it ends at the end of the 1 minute sprint. Okay. The distance tracker, I've seen guys start off as bad as 2.2 miles, 2.1 miles. Okay. The best, and I'm going to tell you this, 4.6 miles. Okay. Do running 4:15 miles. All right. I'm just telling you. I don't know how that's possible. Someone might come up here with some crazy math. I just know my guy was absolutely flying. All right. The goal is 3 miles. If you get 3 miles in this 21 minutes, you're flying. Okay. Increasing distance. Listen, you should see this distance tick up slowly. 0.1, 0.2 miles a week. It's not going to be a drastic jump. It's not going to go from 2.1 to 3 miles in a week. Some guys have been really impatient. I'm running. I'm not getting faster. How long you been on the program? 2 weeks. Okay. There's a reason that we say it's a 7-week cycle, and you may have to hit a couple cycles. Okay. All right. Speed tree workout. Now, listen, we're going to talk about this right here because this is a huge running speed developmental thing. At the end of one of your runs for the day, I don't care if it's your tempo run, I don't care if it's your speed work run, you are going to do stride length training drills for 800 meters minimum. I'm going to tell you, I did 1,000 meters every day at the end of my 3 mile run, and I am convinced 100% that is why I was able to run so well in high school, And things slowed down over time for me because I had stopped implementing downhill stride length training. And so now I got it in here. The magic fact is, if you increase your stride length by 4 inches, you decrease your mile time by a minute. So think about that. If we work on stride length every day and we increase it by 4 inches over the course of a number of months, I dropped a minute off my mile time and I didn't actually do anything harder. So I got a bunch of stride length development in here on a playlist. You guys can check that out. My favorite is downhill running, stretching, and pulling, meaning a slight downhill grade, 3 to 6%. And then I'm going to try to make my feet go farther. The best thing I can tell you is cracks in the sidewalk for that. You'll notice, and then pretty soon you'll be stretching out, man. You'll be reaching and just covering immense distances. So stride length training. All right. Okay, here we go. Beginner's run plan. This is for guys that have never ran in their life. Never been an athlete. This is for all you guys that think you're just going to show up to SEAL training and crush it. All right? Swimmers, water polo players, guys that were not in a running sport. Okay? You want to go to SEAL training, you're going to have to learn how to run. Here we go. Beginner's run program, 0 miles a week. All right. Beginner's run program, 0 miles a week. This is 0. Just focus on running, okay? We're not trying to get faster. We're just trying to get our body used to the volume. We need our lower body's bones to densen up. We need the bones to get hard. It takes time. This could be, if you are one of those guys that was sedentary, it could be maybe a year event, a year to get ready to run, okay? Just focus on running. Once you get to 25 miles a week, you can add swimming. I know a bunch of people want to add swimming immediately. Too much volume on your body, man. Just too much. Okay? Add the rest of the program after a couple of months of swimming. We're going to add the program once we've ran at the top end of this for, let's just say, 3 months. Sunday is always a rest day. So I got a bunch of guys out there trying to do more. Okay? You don't need to do more. Look, this program is bulletproof. All right? It's bulletproof. It's been crushing it. You don't need to do more. Just do what's on the program. All right, shout out to Jeff Nichols. Okay, me and Jeff Nichols had the long shin splint deal. This is the major change that I was talking about. We're implementing rucking for a number of weeks before we even get started on running. Okay? All right, here we go. I'm not going to go through every one of these blocks, but we're going to go through some of them so you get the idea, and then we'll talk about the premise. Okay? So we're going to start off Monday with 10 pounds in a backpack. I don't care what your backpack looks like. We're going to go out and we're going to walk 0.5 miles. That's it. We're not 0.5 miles. Then we're coming back Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, 10 pounds, 5 miles, nothing. 10 pounds, 0.5 miles, 0.5 miles, nothing. Okay? Listen, the whole job is to make sure that you continue to train every day. If it's too hard in the beginning, you'll quit and you won't make it. So if anybody comes in here and says it's not enough, I know, but we're talking about people that have never done any physical activity. So just hear me out. This is where we're at. This is what we're doing. Okay? Boom. Second week. Still 10 pounds, okay? 0.5 miles, 0.5 mile walk, no ruck. 0.5 miles, 5 miles, 0.5, 0.5, okay? Week 2, we're adding 20 pounds. Still not that much. 1 mile, 1 mile walk, 1 mile ruck, 1 mile walk, 1 mile ruck, 1 mile ruck, okay? We're up to 6 miles in week 3. Should be good. All right. If at any point the beginner's run program becomes too hard, simply repeat the week before and do it for a couple weeks until your body gets used to it. Everybody's body's different. This is not a standard. This is a recommendation. If you get to week 7 and it's the hardest thing you've ever done, just go back to week 6 and do week 6 for a couple weeks and then come back to week 7. It'll be a lot easier. All right? As you can see, incrementally, we're just walking and rucking. Jeff Nichols is like, this is bulletproofing calves, for lower legs. It's helping your legs get more dense. It's doing everything we need to do so that when we start running, we can avoid the dreaded shin splints. All right. So we are all the way up to week 9 before we even start running. Okay? Week 9. And then we are going to slowly introduce running and walking, and we're still going to be rucking. Okay? So week 9, let's talk about a little bit. We're going to run 1 mile. We're going to walk 1 mile. We're going to ruck 40 pounds for 4 miles. We're going to run 1 mile. We're going to walk 1 mile. We're going to ruck 40 pounds for 4 miles. Now, pace of the ruck. Just walk it out. I don't need you running with the ruck on. Okay? Run. 1 mile, walk 1 mile. We're going to run 2 miles. And then we're going to walk a mile. So there's a lot of walking post-run. What we're trying to do is build up your volume so that you can handle running. And we're going to make a transition from this rucking to running. Okay? Incrementally increasing, 24 miles a week. All right? Then week 4, we got 28 miles. We got a lot of running. We're going to be rucking 6 miles, running 3 miles, rucking 6, running 3, running 4. All right? Week 15 and 16, we're making a change. We're getting out of the ruck. And we're transitioning to running, so we brought the mileage back down. All right? So we're going to run 3, run 4. Run 3. We're going to ruck on Thursdays, so we're going to keep the 40-pound ruck in for 6 miles on Thursdays, help with our lower leg development, and then we're going to run 3 and run 5. Okay? As you can see, the mileage is going to continue to build until we get to roughly the 3.5, 3.6, 3.9. Okay? Like I said, no different than in the above part. If at any point on here it gets to be unbearable running-wise, just go back to the week before and repeat that week for 2 or 3 weeks and then make a jump up. Okay? Right now, we got in here for 20 weeks. I'm going to tell you this. When I started running, it took me 9 months to be able to run 3 miles. Everybody's going to be on a different schedule. Okay, we're going to hold this 29-week pace right here for at least 3 months before we start the full PDF, and we'll get it. Beginner's Run Program, super simple. Let's go. Hey, if you get shin splints, make sure, give me an email. We want to make sure that you ride the bike, and we'll go back on the rucking program to build those calves and the muscles in the front of your shins, build that stuff back up. If you're having shin pain, do not push through it because stress fractures come from shin splints. So if you got lower leg pain, there's a bunch of stuff in there, but if it persists for more than 2 or 3 days, send me an email, ride the bike. Let's make sure we avoid shin splints. You are going to have to lift. Listen, this Army Special Forces stuff is no joke. They're going to have you carrying a lot of weight. We've got to lift, okay? We're going to lift at the end of the day. It's pretty simple. You got attached with this PDF, the lifting Google Doc. It's a spreadsheet. Just do the lifts on there. Listen, we got a lot of guys talking about I lift 6 days a week. Don't talk to me about what you're doing. All of this is programmed so that you can do the maximum amount of effort on running, rucking, swimming, and lifting. So don't tell me about all this extra stuff you want to do. Extra stuff gets you killed in the PDF. You've gotten lifting PDF in the program. Okay. Monday and Friday, you got a 50-minute full body lift. Last thing you're going to do in a day, Wednesday, 30-minute light. You're going to take 30 pounds off of everything. You'll see it in the PDF. It's all in the Google Doc. It's all explained. We're not lifting to get big. We're lifting to get strong. More muscles equals less endurance. Tapering for the test. Okay, 3 days out, 20-minute light swim, 20-minute light run. 2 days out, rest. 1 day out, 5 minutes hard, 2 minutes swim, 3 minutes sprint run. Day of the test, light, 500-yard jog, 3 hours before, hydrate, light yogurt breakfast, and then go crush the test. Carbo load like a pro, that means 3 days leading up to the test, eat your pasta. The night before, don't have a massive meal. Just have a moderate meal, be ready to rock and roll. All right, folks, listen, man. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. If you're not capable of doing this program, then you're not capable of being an Army Special Forces dude, a Marine Raider, recon. Like, you're not possible. So look, this program has saved many a man and a couple females from going to training and not making it. If this program is too hard for you, then don't worry about it, because this is the basement level standard of fitness that we need to have to be successful to graduate from these pipelines we're trying to go into. So if you think it's too hard or it's too much or you can't get up every morning, what the program is telling you, you're not made for the life. Listen to it, okay? I've had a number of guys over the years that have given me the middle finger and went on to training. Not one of them dudes has made it. Matter of fact, I've had a number of those dudes in Navy boot camp not even get to go to Buds because they told me they were going to gut it out or they were ready. Don't be one of them idiots. All right. Every one of my guys has used this for testing and selection and has succeeded. Okay? I'm not saying everybody has succeeded. What I am saying is everybody that didn't use this program has not succeeded. Facts. Don't contact me saying it's not working if you're not doing everything on this PDF. Do not ship. Do not. If you are not running a 12:30 2-mile and a 35-minute 5-mile, do not ship. Okay? I'm just telling you, do not ship. Do not ship. Those are the bottom baseline standards to be successful. If you're running a 36-minute 5-mile and you can't get it faster, reach out, man. We got a bunch of hacks. We got a bunch of stuff to do, okay? Listen, that right here might be the most important part of the whole PDF. Do not ship if you are not ready. All right, house cleaning stuff, man. Make sure you get over here, get the Country Land Nav course. It'll save your life out there. Join the Brotherhood on Patreon. Support the mission. Go get you a merch shirt over at Triple Nickel. And make sure you join the Discord. We answer questions Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Jump in there. You guys got a bunch of good questions. Hopefully by doing this video on the Army PDF, we can eliminate a bunch of the kind of redundant questions we normally get. Hey, man, as always, we're building champions for life. It's hard to be a champion. It's hard to get great things. If you want that Green Beret, if you want that Ranger tab, if you want that symbol of the MARSOC, guys, bro, you're going to have to do the work. Ain't nobody get there with no work. So sign up, get ready. Hopefully this shed a lot of light on the PDF, and we look forward to working with you in the future.